If your vocals sound thin or don't have enough energy, don't reach for more EQ. Try this instead. I'm going to show you one compression trick I use to make vocals sound bigger without completely squashing the performance. What's going on, everybody? I'm bstiggs from Blue Diamond Music Group, and I teach vocal mixing tips you can actually use. Let's get into it. So a lot of people think the answer is to keep adding more compression to the main vocal, but the problem is if you overdo it, you can suck all the life out the performance. Instead, I like to blend in a heavily compressed signal underneath the original vocal. So here's my parallel compression bus right here. Got the lead bus. I'm sending my lead vocal to this aux track while keeping the original vocal untouched. And then on this bus, I'm using two compressors. So the two compressors I'm using are the UADX 1176, but you can use any 1176 style compressor. And then I'm using the UADX LA2A. So for the first compressor, it's going to catch the bigger peaks. The 1176, it's going to catch the bigger peaks. The second compressor is going to smooth and thicken the remaining vocal. All right, so let's get into it. Here's the vocal without the compressor.
Sitting in the dark in my mental long 10. I still live with my mom and I don't have many friends. Trying to keep my passion, but it's getting pretty thin. I remember all the days when I thought it was the end. I'm just glad.
All right, now I'm going to use that first compressor to catch these bigger peaks. I'm going to blend it in until you guys can really feel it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the attack 3 to 4 right here. And then I'm going to put the release anywhere from 5 to 6. 5 to 6 because that's going to give it that more punchy feeling. And then over here on the right side, this is going to be our gain reduction. So these numbers right here, I'm going to want to go in between 3 to 7 dB of gain reduction. So I'm going to blend it until you see the knob going in between 3 and 7.
Sitting in the dark in my mental long 10. I still live with my mom and I don't have many friends. Trying to keep my passion, but it's getting pretty thin. I remember all the days when I thought it was the end. I'm just glad to be alive, glad to see another day. Trying to make the money, but first I gotta pray. I'm just trying to go to heaven, I don't got no time to play. Y'all think I'm a PS5, is that why y'all be on games,
Okay, so this is with the first compressor. I'm going to play it without the first compressor and just the original vocal.
Sitting in the dark in my mental long 10. I still live with my mom and I don't have many friends. Trying to keep my passion, but it's getting pretty thin. I remember all the days when I thought it was the end. I'm just glad to be alive, glad to see another day. Trying to make the money, but first I gotta pray. I'm just trying to go to heaven, I don't got no time to play. Y'all think I'm a PS5, is that why y'all...
All right, yeah, now I'm going to use this LA2A to smooth and thicken the remaining signal. Sorry for talking over the lyrics. And so for this one, let me explain it real quick. So for this one, all the magic is in the peak reduction. That's what's going to get you your sauce. And then I'm going to want to keep this one in between 2 to 4 dB gain reduction.
Sitting in the dark in my mental long 10. I still live with my mom and I don't have many friends. Trying to keep my passion, but it's getting pretty thin. I remember all the days when I thought it was the end. I'm just glad to be alive, glad to see another day. Trying to make the money, but first I gotta pray. I'm just trying to go to heaven, I don't got no time to play. Y'all think I'm a PS5, is that why y'all be on games,
So the biggest mistake is turning the parallel bus up too loud. If you instantly notice the compressed bus by itself, it's probably too much. Bring it up until you miss it when it's muted, but not until it sounds obviously compressed. And it's okay to go back to the first compressor after you've messed with the second one to kind of tweak and fix it. That's, that's part of mixing.
Sitting in the dark in my mental long 10. I still live with my mom and I don't have many friends. Trying to keep my passion, but it's...
And also here's a pro tip to get both of these plugins to get up at the same time, to be showing up at the same time. You can click this little red button right here. Boom. Boom. Yep.
Sitting in the dark in my mental on 10. I still live with my mom and I don't have many friends. Trying to keep my passion, but it's getting pretty thin. I remember all the days when I thought it was the end. I'm just glad to be alive, glad to see another day. Trying to make the money, but first I gotta pray. I'm just trying to go to heaven, I don't got no time to play. Y'all think I'm a PS5, is that why y'all be on games,
So, just for a little recap, parallel compression is a great way to make your vocals feel bigger while keeping the dynamics of the original performance. Blend it in. Don't overpower the lead and let your ears decide. If this helped you, subscribe because I post vocal mixing tips you can actually use every week. And if you want more practical vocal mixing tips, grab my free vocal mixing cheat sheet in the description.